Okay, this is chapter 7. This is the in-class problem. This is the only problem we'll have for chapter 7. This deals with special journals. In your handout, your overview that you should have in front of you, I happen to have 12 transactions. Those transactions we need to look at to determine what special journal these transactions will go into. Now, by way of review, I want you to remember we have a cash receipts, we have a cash disbursements, we have a sales journal, we happen to have a purchases journal, often called an accounts payable journal, and we still have the general journal. Now, on any transaction, what you will have to do is the first question you will say is, does the transaction involve cash? Cash trumps everything. So if it involves cash, are you receiving cash or are you writing a check out to pay off a bill? If that is the case, if cash is involved, it's very easy. It's either cash receipts, I'm receiving the cash, or I'm spending it, cash disbursements. If the answer to your question, does it involve cash, is no, then you move on and you say, does it involve inventory? Am I selling inventory on account? If I am, it goes into the sales journal. If I'm buying inventory, or for that matter, anything else on account, no cash involved, it's going to be an account payable journal. If you get a no to cash, and if you get a no to I'm not buying inventory and I'm not selling inventory on account, then it cannot be cash receipts, cash disbursements, it cannot be the sales journal, and it cannot be the purchase journal. You're left with one journal, general journal. So let's take a look at these 12 transactions and figure out what journal these go into. The first one says, paid a creditor. Well, what do you think you pay the creditor with? Well, I'm thinking the creditor is going to want to have cash. Transaction involves cash. Cash receipts or cash disbursements? Well, I'm paying it. Cash disbursements journal. That's my answer to number 1. Number 2, sold inventory for cash. What's the magic word? Cash. Am I receiving it or am I paying it? Well, if I'm selling inventory, I better be receiving that cash. Cash receipts journal. It's that simple. Let's go on to number 3. Number 3, borrow money from the bank. What's another word for money? Cash. So I'm borrowing the money. Is the bank going to be taking money from me right now, or is it going to be giving me money or cash right now? I just borrowed it. They better give me the money. Eventually I will have to pay it back. But that is going to be cash receipts. So number 3, cash receipts. How about the fourth one? The fourth one says, purchase supplies on account. Does that involve cash right now? No, I've bought it. It's supplies on account. So cash receipts, cash disbursements cannot be part of this transaction. Am I selling inventory? No, I'm not. So it's not the sales journal. Am I buying something, inventory or anything else on account? Yes, I am. Therefore, that will go into the accounts payable journal. Let's go down to number 5. Recorded the receipt of a utility bill. Well, when you record the receipt of a utility bill, there's no cash involved. Forget about cash receipts. Forget about cash disbursements. I'm not selling anything, so I'm receiving the utility bill. That's going to go into the accounts payable journal. Again, accounts payable is it's a much wider acceptance journal. Basically, it says any transaction on account is going to go in here. Go down to number 6, paid employees' salaries. How many of you would like to be paid in something other than cash? Yeah, me neither. Show me the money. I take the Jerry Maguire approach, right? I want the cash. Therefore, anytime your employees are paid, you're paying them with cash. And a check is the same as cash. You're making a check out to them. So what special journal would this go into? Cash disbursements. Let's go on to number 7, sold merchandise on account. Any cash? No. Am I selling merchandise? Yes. Am I selling on account? Yes, this is going to go into the sales journal. Let's go down to number 8. Paid for inventory purchased on account. What would your vendor like to have when you pay them? Well, they'd like to have some cash or a check that will be converted to cash. So, since I'm paying my vendor, this is going to be cash disbursements journal. Let us go down now to number 9. Paid interest on a bank loan. When you pay it, you write a check out. A check is the same as cash. Cash disbursements. Let's go down to number 10. Return merchandise purchased on account. Well, this one is a maybe it's here, maybe it's there. All right. We know it definitely, since we're returning the merchandise on account, we know it is not going to be cash receipts and it's not going to be cash disbursements. We know it's not going to be the sales journal because I'm not selling anything on account. I'm left then with one of two options: the purchases or accounts payable journal or the general journal. And quite honestly, it depends on how your organization is set up. So it will be either the purchases journal or it will be the general journal. I can't tell you one or the other. Again, it just depends on how your organization is set up. Let us go down to number 11. Prepare closing entries. Where do the closing entries go? General journal. So there you have that one. Enter adjusting journal entries. They go in the general journal. So what I need you to know in this particular chapter is I need you to know those special journals. I'll give you a series of transactions on the exam, and you've got to be able to say it goes in this journal or it goes on that one or here. So you need to know which they go. The other thing that I will want you to know in this chapter happens to be the subsidiary ledger and its relationship to the general ledger and its control account. So those are the two main things that you're going to be tested on in chapter number 7.